We're live.
Are we live?
We are live.
I didn't know that Oddly Wired was from Missouri. So you learn something new every day. How y'all doing? Hey, baby, it's Tuesday night. We're here for our Blue Dot family meeting, and I'm glad y'all showed up. We got a lot to talk about. There are things going on that I did a rant today. I don't normally do a rant. I do one on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but today that just pissed me off. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's not anything that we didn't already know. We know this shit goes on all the time. But when it's thrown up in our face, baby, when it's shown to us, here's the people that do it, it rather pisses you off. And we saw a big display of that today, what money will do, what wealth does to a family. And, baby, I'm telling you, it's not fair. Not fair when you got a kid trying to work his way into college and do his best, and then you find out he didn't make it. And oh, Lord have mercy, look here, somebody. Can you believe somebody paid $6.5 million? Shit. That's just, how stupid is your kid that you got to pay $6.5 million to get him in that school?
It's pretty sad.
That's pretty sad. That's pretty funny. But we're gonna have a discussion tonight. We have Andy Paguda from the Filthy Mouth Liberal with us tonight. We have Leo Sahaki from Biker Wisdom, and we have Joe Riddle from
The New News.
From the New News, and Sparky's with us from Red Bluff, California. So, how y'all doing this evening?
Love you, John. Hope you're well.
Oh, I'm just tickled to shit. Like y'all said, I got a clean ass. If y'all have not seen my Facebook, I gave my donkey a bath today.
Clean, pretty ass. It's outside, and somebody might take it.
That's right. I had to bring my ass back in. Somebody might steal it. I gave my Jenny, my donkey, a bath today, and I posted up some pictures on Facebook. So I hope y'all on Facebook, on John Bravo, go by there and see my sweet little Jenny. That's my little girl. And
John's got such a cute ass.
I got a cute ass, buddy. I'm telling you. Cutest ass on, I'm telling you. You go look on Facebook right now. You won't find a cuter ass anywhere.
Oh, and really quick, I just noticed Dennis is also in the chat tonight.
Dennis.
Hello, Dennis.
How you doing, bub?
How's it going, fellas?
Hey, man.
It's going great. Dennis is up in San Antonio, and we like having Dennis on all the time. Anyway, so what do y'all think about the news today?
I'm disgusted by it, but then again, rich people and the way they pull shit always disgust me.
Yeah. It's not a good feeling when you know that. But look at our president. You know, there's a good example of how buying your education ends up. You know, the man's president, but he can't spell.
I had to have half my freaking teeth pulled to get into college. It was so bad.
I'm telling you, man.
The whole thing with all of it, including Trumpy, Wharton School, and having admissions requirements, somehow they just say fuck it and take the money. I'm sick of it myself. We got to vote this shit out somehow.
I say it all the time. That school ought to file a defamation of character lawsuit against Donald Trump for him keep saying that he's a graduate of Wharton School, because I'd be plumb embarrassed to have that guy on my alumni. But he's the president. He's the president, so you know. But he can't spell.
President is right.
He can't spell hamburger. Ain't that sad?
He can't spell a goddamn thing.
Hello, Dion Bowling. How y'all doing, Sarge Tech? I believe that technical sergeant or Sarge Tech. Colleen Collins, we're glad you're here. Clark, Ron, we're glad you're here. Rose Taylor, baby, how's it going? Just want to say
Rose
a couple.
Is here too. Good to hear that.
Yes, Rose is here. Didn't you send her a bumper sticker?
I'll be back in a second.
All right. Andy, didn't you send Rose a bumper sticker? Uh-oh.
He just said he's going to be back.
Oh, I thought that was Leo. Did anybody see that picture that Rose, I think it was Rose Taylor that he sent it to. Yes, Karen Cormier has it, right? In the chat there. The bumper sticker just says fuck Trump. And it's right on the back of her car. I think it's Rose, if I'm not mistaken. It's either that or Karen Cormier, maybe. I can't remember. Is it Karen? Is it you? I know you're watching. Rose Taylor is there. And Andy run off and left us right in the action question.
No, Andy's here.
Andy?
It sounds down. Andy, we've lost your audio. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna write a note to him. He's on camera. I am. He can see my camera.
There you go. There you go. Joe, how's it going up in Cincinnati, bub?
There, I think we got it back now. I don't know if that works.
There you
or
go.
not.
Did I lose Joe too?
No,
Sounds like.
I don't know if Joe's there or not. I know Leo had to.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, there
yeah,
you
we
go.
hear you now, Joe.
There we
Oh,
go.
you put your jacket on. I thought you had to go take a leak.
No, it's cold out here, man. The
Cold.
girls are watching the thing. I don't want to interrupt them with our horse shit.
The only reason I ain't got my air conditioner on is because it bleed through the air. I mean, bleed through the microphones here, so I had to turn the air conditioner off.
We
Wipe my
don't,
ass.
don't sweat, man.
You already
Just
got
turn the
air conditioning on down there?
Oh, buddy, all day long. It was what, 82, 83 today?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep.
Barely
Yeah,
hit
we
50
won.
today. I was happy about it.
Yeah, that's my brother. I talked to him in Tennessee, and it's the same way. He's cold. I feel bad for him now.
We're at 47 degrees here right now in North Carolina, so it's not too bad here.
Yeah. Well, see, my brother's in Knoxville, so he's between you
Oh,
and
he's just-
Leo.
Yeah, he's just over the hill from me, not too
Yeah.
far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's
There you
not
go.
too far from you. I got family out there, buddy, in Tennessee. I'm telling you.
Fantastic.
That's right. We try to
Come
trust.
and visit sometime.
We try
But,
to
as far
spread
as
this
Joe,
blue
maybe
love
he had-
all over.
Joe Riddle is still off here. Going on in Cincinnati. I don't know exactly where in Ohio right now, but they just had a plane crash into a damn.
Yeah, that was that's actually about 3 blocks from one of my clients' houses.
Crap.
There's a small airport in Blue Ash, which is a small town inside of Cincinnati. That's actually the airport that when Cheeto Leany comes to town, he flies in and out of there normally. And we haven't had a lot of details. There's one person that was injured, I believe, and everybody in the house was cool. At least that's what the
Well, that's
local
good.
news was reporting. So, but yeah, I mean, a small, like a Cessna style plane.
Hello.
Who do
I
we got
just
in
saw
here?
Mitch pop up in Skype there. Hi, Mitch. Good to see you tonight.
Who have we got? Mitch?
Mitch Goldstein.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
How you
Hey,
doing?
I'm in Texas tonight. I'm right here in Fort Worth for the night. I'll be back in Pittsburgh tomorrow.
On the move then. You're not flying a
Get
737
discounted
Max.
Tandy leather out there. That's where they're from.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, shit. See?
Actually, that's the same company that ended up becoming Radio Shack. Tandy Leather was where a
Yeah,
lot of that
Tandy.
started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tandy was, but yeah, I miss them. We had one down here by us, Radio Shack.
I used to manage a Radio Shack store like 150 years ago. It was a really nice place to work.
Well,
I worked for him for a little while myself.
I loved it. I'm a ham radio
I-
operator, so Radio Shack was a natural fit for me. I loved it.
All of that force feed shit, and Andy knows what I mean. The force feed shit they sent to you, all of the little teeny tiny parts for everything.
Oh,
God,
everything.
and
Oh yeah, my dad was electronics. What's that?
Uh-oh, we got some feedback from somebody.
I'm getting feedback from somebody.
Sorry, Travis.
You're good. You're good.
Sorry, that might have been
My
me.
father was an electronics technician in the Navy. Yeah, retired chief, got out and worked for civil service for the Navy again. And like Andy, he was a ham radio operator. And he built everything himself, everything from our family stereo up to his ham radio outfit. Transistor by transistor, capacitor by capacitor. I'm telling you, the whole thing.
I never got that good. I just knew how to sell the shit.
No, my dad was into soldering guns, baby. He could put that stuff together, and if he had a blueprint, a schematic of the wiring diagram and everything, he could build it. So.
They have anything to do with your dad soldering stuff? They have anything to do with you getting into the metal shit that you got into?
My dad had a welding machine, and we would tinker around there at the shop, at the house there, building repairs on his boat trailer or something like that. And so yeah, that's probably where I picked it up when we my father and my brothers and my uncle and I we built a boat. The first boat we ever built from scratch, and it was about a 20-foot speed hull, and I remember building the fire, welding up that piece of pipe to put water in so we could put that big old long piece of lumber in there and put it over a fire and boil it till we could get it to bend to make the bow. And so yeah, that's where I probably learned it, was at home.
Now, what'd you put on? What was on that for a motor though, and how fast were you going?
Oh, it was big, and it was fast enough to ski behind. I think we had a 125 Johnson on the back of that thing, if I'm not mistaken. It was a big motor. We used it for skiing up and down the Pearl River in Louisiana. As a matter of fact, my oldest brother, Pete, he carries a very large scar. I think it's on the left inside thigh and to the knee. And we were water skiing on the river anyway. We were just learning. My dad had told us when it turns on the river, you stay in the wake of the boat. Don't swing outside because there's a lot of cypress trees and a lot of stuff. And this time my brother was back there and he decided to swing wide, and he swung wide and baby smacked a tree like you wouldn't believe. And it just ripped a hunk of meat right out of his thigh and right down to his knee. I mean, a gash like you wouldn't believe. And there's that hunk of meat laying on hanging on that tree too. There, you could see the meat. And oh yeah, we got him in the boat. And of course my dad, he told me to haul in the ski rope. Of course he floored that boat, and I mean, I had a hard time pulling that rope in, and my other brother was getting in a bandage around my other brother. And anyway, my father, when we hit the beach, he beached that whole boat, motor and everything, and off we went to the hospital.
Yeah, now you're from Slidell,
right?
Originally, right? There you go. So, I got an idea of where you're talking about. I mean, not the particulars.
Well, yeah, Slidell, Louisiana. It's just north of Louisiana of New Orleans, across Lake Pontchartrain. There's two ways to get there. Of course, you go from New Orleans or over by Metairie something. You can take the 24-mile span across Lake Pontchartrain, or the 5-mile span over there by New Orleans East. Anyway, it's right over there. We moved there before Interstate 12 and 10 was all built over there, so we moved there in the mid '60s. So, but I was
like the looking Bud Light guy just came on with us.
Hey, Wendell, good to see you, man.
Hey, that's I changed that on Skype. It should actually. I'm David.
David.
Yeah, from Everett.
From Washington.
Whatever you want to be called, it doesn't matter to us.
David. Yeah, I changed that on there, and still it's come up Wendell a couple of times. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but anyway,
that's all right.
I remember you.
Greetings.
Well, it's another one of those also known as.
Yeah, AKA.
I
think we're going to end up with everybody in the government right now having to have an AKA.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of also known as the asshole, the orange tangerine. Pick a name for him.
On the back.
But
I'm always this way, guys. I want to get back to what we were talking about, though, and we're seeing so much more of this. Is one thing with these kids. We've always seen spoiled-ass kids get into places that they didn't deserve to get into. That's always been a piece of it. But it's gotten worse, and it's become accepted. A good example of it is Paul Manafort and the fucking sentence he got.
Well, there you go. Yeah, we just spoke about that the other day. 47 months plus deduct his 9 months pre-served. He's down to 38 months. Good time off. He'll probably get out next week. And he'll be when he
because of the money.
Now he'll get another sentencing tomorrow. What I don't want to hear is the word, consecutive. I mean, I don't want to hear concurrent. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear concurrent. I want to hear consecutive sentences.
With all of this going on, though, just to feed this fire really quick, I was trying to get aware of the situation because I haven't been able to look up on the news too much today. But I came across this very interesting tidbit from, I believe it was 2016, from the National Center of Education Statistics. While 60% of the wealthiest students complete their studies and graduate, only about 16% of low-income college students graduate.
And when they do, they're saddled with debt like you wouldn't believe.
Yes.
That's what's so pitiful.
I ended up leaving college because I couldn't even consider going on.
I do like the idea of community colleges being free for your student, for your child. We take you up to high school and then kick you out the door.
Feed you the wolves.
And a lot of it is based on financial ability to be able to send your kid to college with the tuition, the books.
How many of these spoiled brats do we have to forgive before we get done with this bullshit?
Well,
that's an excellent question.
It's
Excuse me, guys. I'm going to mute real quick because I got to put Mama some bacon in the microwave.
Listen to that bacon.
He's going to go
right
far.
back.
Hey, you know what? You know what tastes good on bacon?
What?
Bacon.
Anything.
Bacon. If you put the bacon on there, man, kills it. I'm telling you.
Hey guys, I got a tasty little tidbit here.
What's that?
You guys were talking about there was the raw meat discussion with the water skiing accident or whatever that was, and then you started talking about the spoiled little rich kids that got to where they are for none of their own effort. So I just happened to, it made me think, oh hey, Donald Trump Jr. and he tweeted out a couple hours ago.
There's a prime.
This is really cute. He says, "This is pretty rich. Mitt Romney's failed 2012 running mate, the speaker who lied to us and didn't deliver wall funding, and then lost the House, gives us advice on winning." Yeah. And there's an article, a Breitbart article that I'm not going to read because, for the same reason, I don't drink out of the toilet.
Yeah. But get the same result.
But this is what's beautiful, and I think it's something that we need to focus on. That like right now, the walls are closing in on the Trump syndicate, and so what are they doing? They're eating their own. They're attacking each other.
Oh, yeah.
They're looking for that raw meat. They're going to go after Paul Ryan now. He's not even running. Yeah. They're just looking for somebody to attack.
Mama read me a story earlier about Paul Ryan.
What?
Bad mouthing Donnie.
What's up with Ryan?
He got balls when he left Congress.
Yeah, he's.
All of a sudden, he's going to speak like he knows, or he got out because he couldn't take the heat in this case. He couldn't handle Donnie.
The 2 years.
Brian,
the
look,
tagline.
Before run for presidency, count on it.
Yeah.
That's all that's about for him. He got out because he knew if he stayed in there,
he ruins his. He's going to have an asterisk next to his name, just like everybody else who serves for Trump. You're going to have a little asterisk there by your name. You served under the traitor.
And is there any clean people under Trump? I mean, I'm really struggling to think of one decent person that ended up in that fucker's administration.
It just said, fuck it. John Kelly ain't really that bad a guy.
No.
Pissed off that he drank the piss, and the same thing with Mad Dog.
That'll be the asterisk on their careers right there. You had a perfect career right up to the time you went to work for that asshole. And then you're out there defending his lies.
Didn't Kelly help get the security clearances for the traitor tots for Ivanka and Jared?
Evidently.
Kelly, that's part why he quit. That's why he quit. He said, fuck that.
And Ivanka, there's a prime example of daddy's little girl. As soon as she got out of school, she went to work as vice president under Trump organization. Of course, she's going to start at the second most top position. That's where she belongs, baby.
Yeah.
Her high education that she got, the experiences in life that teachers are all about. Are you shitting me? That's she got the same.
To make me sick.
Yes.
That bitch knows nothing. There isn't a goddamn thing she knows how to do except for put on makeup and talk about shit that doesn't have anything to do with what the real world has to deal with.
I bet she couldn't fucking make toast.
I don't really care if she could. I do care that somebody like that doesn't have a need for a security clearance.
Neither one of them had the experience to do the job that they're asked to do. Jared Kushner, are you shitting me? The only thing he's got is Saudi Arabian money saving his ass on that building down there on, 666 Fifth Avenue or whatever it is?
Mark of the Beast.
Yeah. Why ain't them Christians all upset about that?
Yeah, really.
Where are they?
Why are all of them upset about First of all, let's talk about this guy's promises.
Oh, shit.
The things that he promised. One of the things he promised, and he just put out this new budget of his. One of the things he promised is, I won't touch Medicare, I won't touch Medicaid, I won't touch Social Security.
And my God, guess what?
His new budget,
he's
raping the fuck out of all of them.
He lied. That's what it is. It's a big con job from the word go. The only reason he's in there is to get money for the rich people. That tax cut, that's why they elected him. That's how the wealthy got behind him. Because he promised them that.
Now, my question with that is, middle America, the base, it's not even middle America. That really is lower class working people. Why are they so loyal to him? Because there's nobody that he's fucking more than them.
I don't get that.
Yeah, my only explanation is there's a large portion of people out there that believe in bumper stickers. And they get caught up in holding the American flag and the Bible, and that's what the Republican Party is, and that's a bunch of bullshit nowadays. That's what the Republican Party maybe used to try to be. That's what they tried to proclaim for years, that they were the patriotic party, the God-loving, gun-loving, fearing, just red-blooded American boy. And now they're wrapped up with a bunch of white nationalist commie Russians.
Well, back to Ivanka, guys. It's amazing what you can get away with when you're blowing daddy.
Well,
That's all.
I don't know how true or not true all that is. What I do know.
Come on, Leo. You know.
I know. I've seen the pictures too.
I watched him on.
Nothing to our country. And she's got the highest security clearances. What the fuck is with that?
Well, you need accomplices. He can't do this all by himself. He needs some accomplices to pull this
somebody
kind of
he
shade
can trust.
Over the whole world.
Now the question is, how much do they trust their daddy when the shit hits the fan?
No, that family. That family is
we're looking at the Mueller report, but we really need to be looking at the Southern District of New York. There's going to be a lot more come out of there, maybe.
So what do you guys think about that with Pelosi's assertion that we should hold off on the impeachment? I mean, I think
agree
it's a
with
good
her
idea.
For the reason she said it.
I agree with her.
There may be a little method to that madness. Now think about it.
Yeah, bigger fish to fry.
The thing with Nancy is when she came in and took the House, people were we don't want old Nancy, we want somebody young and progressive. Nancy knows her shit. Nancy knows when to pull the trigger and not, and when not to.
Hang on one second. Hang on one second, John. Nancy didn't take the House.
We took the House.
The big blue wave
took the
delivered
House, baby.
the House.
But when she took the House and she took the gavel, a lot of people were worried about it. She knows what she's doing now. Here's what I think that what she is saying. She is saying it out there in the public. No, I'm not interested in impeachment. But like I've always said, we have impeachment in our pocket. It's a done deal. We can impeach his ass tomorrow if we want. And if we do that, we ignite the right like you wouldn't believe. Oh, my God, look at all these lefties. They're coming after Donnie. It's all terrible.
It won't be convicted. It'll just be an impeachment.
An impeachment
which, by the way,
is just a political tool. That's all it is. It's a political slap on the wrist by Congress, and it goes no farther than that. It is up to the Senate to take up the
and
the
this
case.
Senate ain't gonna do shit.
It's going to take 6 or 7 senators, and they ain't got that.
You need 20 senators.
Yeah,
you need 20 senators
on the Republican side.
And
isn't there 22 Republican seats up in 22? I believe.
Well, if we can take him, that's a good thing. But by then, we'll be done. If we take those seats, we're going to be done with him anyway. I want to see him locked up.
The only way to get him out is the same way. I keep preaching this. The only way we get him out is the same way Nixon was taken out. You have to get the Republicans in the Senate to turn their back on him. That's the only way this works. And if you throw impeachment out there right now, it just ignites the right and feeds their fuel that this is just a witch hunt. It's just a collusion, whatever the shit he says.
And
at some point
re-elects Trump.
That's right.
I believe at some point it's going to happen too.
It will happen. I think this. Nancy says we're not for impeachment right now, but I think she says
we have
for
to
now.
bide our time, guys.
When the Mueller report comes out and the rest of the internal investigations through the House come out, more crimes are exposed. The Republicans are going to be forced into a situation of what do we do? Do we fend an immoral crook, or do we start splitting ourselves and getting off the sinking ship?
The Republicans don't seem to have any kind of compunction whatsoever about defending an immoral crook. I mean, they filed it. They gave him a rubber stamp for 2 years, and now, even faced with, like, whatever the Southern District of New York has on this guy is big time. And I think that it's going to bring down his entire empire when it finally does happen.
Yeah.
I got to say this, though. Like, you guys that know me know that I definitely skew more to the progressive side, and I got to say that, I believe the whole mess here is a 3D chess game, but that public statement that Pelosi made has got it. That's a mar on the Democrats' record. I'm telling you right now, because there was really no reason for her to make that comment unless she's playing some long game that I can't understand. And I'll tell you right now, though, that like there are a lot of progressive people that didn't want specific Democratic candidates. They wanted more progressive candidates, but they jumped on board for the blue no matter who, and let's take back the House, all under the guise of we're going to get this treasonous criminal grifter out of our White House.
So they need to be smarter than to buy into that bullshit, though, Joe. Just getting the House ain't going to do it. That's some night bullshit.
Well, that's the start. We, like I said, I think we are.
Be smarter than what, Leo? Wait a second. I need an answer on that one. Be smarter than what? The progressives shouldn't vote for the Democrats then?
Just taking the House was the know-all, end-all of it. It's
Right.
not. We got the House, so what? We're not there yet.
Yeah, without the Senate, you can't impeach. It's just not feasible.
I agree with that. I agree with that totally. But why is she making?
Till evidence comes out that shows him
Right.
the slime ball that he is, and you get them senators that are up for re-election.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think?
What could that
Give me an
be, though?
example of something you think that would be something that Trump has done that would be so heinous that the Republicans will have their nose about as far up his ass as it'll go.
That's the
You
thing.
name me one thing that he could do that will turn the Republicans.
Shooting somebody on Fifth Avenue, that shit is real.
Yeah, that's.
I have to believe that there are more moral people out there, that the whole Republican Party hasn't gone up and burst in a sack of flames. There's still some, and I believe I was listening to the Ohio governor, what's his name, Kasich, this morning. There are people out in the Republican Party that want to go up against him. Now, can they? I don't know.
But here's the thing.
He's not a.
But
there are many moral Republicans out there. However, those people are also the ones that are just like the other everyday Joes. Yeah. These are not people with a whole lot of power. And just because they're he does not represent the Republican Party. The Republican Party became him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm talking about the people, the Republicans that occupy seats in the Senate. What's it going to take to turn their heads? Because, like you said, Leo, I think that this man could stand in Fifth Avenue, shoot someone. We could have it on tape and have it replayed on every major network 24/7, and they'd still stand behind him. So the
fact, they'd say Obama did it.
Yeah, exactly.
The public, his supporters might stand behind him, but the law cannot. The law of the land, the law that we have, when there's crimes that have been committed and it's proven, here's the evidence, blah, 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 here's the witness, here's the smoking gun, all that bullshit comes out. I don't give a shit what his supporters say. It's the law. My problem is this concept that we can't indict a sitting president. I think that's bullshit.
I believe that's bullshit.
I think it is bullshit, and I think that's what they're trying to sell. Oh, you can't do this right now.
That's not a law.
It's a policy.
Yeah.
It's a policy. It's not a law. The law allows him to be indicted.
Progressives. Hold on just a second. Take it off the progressives. Go back to what Joe said. What you asked, John. What the fuck is the thing? The ones that are there, the ones that have the power now. What is there that would shift it around? The only thing that I can think of, one way or another, is him hurting their money.
Well, okay, so let's talk about that for a second, Leo, because I agree with you 100%. But look, in front of me right here, I got from the Washington Post, these are the cuts in the budget that he's suggesting, okay? So this is the part that I can't wrap my head around, is that there are things that are going to affect real people, and they're still not putting two and two together and realizing that this administration is out to get everybody, whether you're a progressive or a Democrat or whatever. It's that first they came for the journalists, then they came for the Jews, and then there was nobody left to speak for me. They got a 31% in Environmental Protection Agency cuts. 24. This is the one that I think is important. 24% cut in USAID. Now, the last time that we had cuts to USAID was when the economy was actually doing well. We did not have a deficit. We had a surplus. It was on the heels of the Clinton administration leaving in the late 1990s. And when they made those cuts the last time, what was the very next thing that happened? We had 9/11. So this is what this administration is proposing, is cuts to USAID. That is the diplomatic arm of our foreign relations.
Donnie don't believe in diplomats.
He believes that he's the only one.
He thinks he should be the only one to
He thinks he's the smartest son of a bitch on the planet.
Let's get back to where Joe's going with this, because I think I got an idea where you're going, and I think that you're kind of on target, but I think you're a little off.
Well, all I'm saying is that, okay, so you cut the Environmental Protection Agency, so there's your air and your water. You cut USAID. That is opening us up to terrorists from all over everywhere. There's a 19% cut to transportation, a 16% cut to housing and urban development, a 15% cut to agriculture, which all the people that supported this administration should absolutely be up in arms about right now. And that's on the heels of a $7 billion loss in soybean sales alone due to his tariff bullshit last year. 12% cut.
It's almost like he was working against the country, isn't it, Joe?
I
Yeah,
mean,
but that
bullshit.
budget's dead on arrival in the House.
It's
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah,
exactly.
that-
It's just a showcase budget for the right wing freaks. That's all it is.
It'll be big
Because
in the
the
news.
budget has no meaning. It will never pass the House. There'll be another continuation, just like last time.
Question's
All
going
right,
to be,
but-
is he going to
It
shut
has-
down the
this-
government again over it?
this budget has a huge meaning. Guys, hang on a second.
All right.
There's a huge meaning in this budget. This budget is something that we should be publicizing and talking about every damn day, because you and I both know that, yeah, it's absolutely dead on arrival, because, yeah, there are
optics are
Democrats that will
terrible.
stop
You're
it.
right.
But
To have it out there to let them see it. But Joe, hold on. All of those things coming true. Let's just assume they did. All right. And worst case scenario, which by the way, Trumpy's perfectly okay with. He likes this scorched earth mentality.
Oh, he loves chaos. It works
And-
for him, baby.
It's going to take then what you just said. You're right. All of those things are enough to piss off anybody you think. It isn't going to happen until the shit actually hits the fan, the bombs start dropping, people are dying in the streets. That's what it's going to take for this.
the farmers in Ohio, like, he hasn't lost any support in Ohio, and soybeans is the #1 agricultural crop here, and it took across the country $7 billion loss.
I can't tell you why they're smoking that shit. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm asking. That's what we're getting at here. Is like, what is it gonna take before these, like,
Scorched
it-
earth,
you know,
the shit in the
That
fan so
agriculture
bad.
bill
that the
also includes a nice hefty
right.
subsidy for the farmer right now to offset the cost of those soybeans. You
I don't know, John. I don't know any
On the other
farmer
side, that would
wakes
be
up.
called welfare.
Yeah, I don't know any farmer that wakes up and is gonna like hang his hat
Well-
on feeling good about.
How many family farms are left, Joe? I'm not in farm country. We have some down here. We grow cotton, a
Not
lot
many.
of different things, but we
Not
make
many.
mostly oil and gas and cattle in my area. But Texas grows a lot of food all over the state. But the problem with that is most of those farms are corporate farms. They're run by ConAgra or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's who's getting the money.
88% of farming
Kill
is
those
corporate
jobs,
farms.
that's gonna hurt.
88.
88%. Ain't that something? So when the right starts singing about the family farm and everything, when they talk about the inheritance tax and everything, because they don't want to lose all their money. Yeah, there's no family. It's just another ploy to play into that all-American middle.
Calm down, the puppy.
Huh.
That'll do it every damn time.
Calm down. Look at the puppy.
Oh, I don't see the puppy. Oh, man.
Turn your video on, John. Gee
I
whiz.
ain't got no
Back to you.
video.
So, I want to tie that into the thing with Nancy and why you have a problem with that. What her problem is, and I see it, is the damage that further rift will do, inciting his base, is something that's going to cost us dearly. And the only thing that's going to make a difference is going to cost us more. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Leo, his base is wearing mega hats, walking into schools, and murdering people.
And not
Period.
fuck. That's
Period.
the point, Joe. They don't care. It isn't going to take any of the things you're talking about. Without burning the fucking thing to the ground, we've got to bide our time and take it out the right way.
What is the right way?
The law.
Like,
Yeah, I'm a little
It's
confused
the law.
about that.
I
Once
think
he's not off,
when you start tossing out the rule of law, when you start saying that we need to take things in our own hands, that promotes anarchy, and that the right would love that shit. Oh, they
Yes,
would just get their
exactly.
guns and hit the street, baby, and that is not what we want.
He's trying to protect us from that.
When we hit the
and
streets, baby, it
put
needs to be
him
in a
jail is
peaceful
doable.
protest, but it needs to be in mass, baby.
peaceful
needs to be
protest
a
will
law.
only have an impact if the people that you are protesting have a conscience. And the Republican Party has proven time and time again that they have divorced themselves from all conscience.
They
Unless
have
you're an
progressed.
embryo.
I
If you're an
wanna-
embryo, they love
they-
your
I'm
ass.
talking to some guys here that were alive and standing and walking the streets in 68 through about 75, pushing against a very corrupt Republican regime, and the Democrats that were pretty fucking corrupt at the same time. And yes, taken to the streets and mass does make a difference.
There is a
Oh,
lot
that's
of
my
push
point.
in the Republican. I mean, in the Democratic Party for impeachment, because we can all see what he's done. We can all see what he's doing to this country. So yeah, we want him impeached. Everybody wants to get the pitchfork. I want the the tar and the feathers. I want all that shit. But we know if we run in there right now, and guns a-blazing, it gives them motivation. I think
Clinton was impeached. What happened to him?
He got his hand slapped.
That's it.
He was impeached getting a blowjob.
And that was a demonstration of the Republicans using the impeachment process for a political hit. And that's what we don't want to do. I want evidence. I want everything to be able to lock his ass up. And if it's that strong and that blatant, then that forces the party.
Humiliated and in jail, money gone,
baby.
And everybody around him.
If they did the crimes, I want to see his kids locked up. And I don't want to see no 47-month sentence for some bullshit for Donnie Jr.
No.
Well, that's what. But guys, but he's already stacked the courts, and so that's kind of that's my point. He's got Kavanaugh, and he's got I can't remember
Gorsuch.
Gorsuch.
He's already had those two appointments.
That's
at the top of the list.
Underneath there,
the ones I'm worried about are the ones they've been stacking all across this country, because Mitch McConnell started holding back.
Now is it?
Huh?
My video isn't live on the feed right now. I'm not seeing it.
No, it's just on Skype.
No, I'm just seeing your ugly ass.
It's just my pretty face out there, baby. That's all they can see. Just my pretty face.
Cigar?
Dave, or whatever the hell the AKA is over here. That's about it.
Yeah,
that's right.
But Joe, let's back up a little bit. I'm not really sure what you're saying here. Are you saying take it to the streets and go ahead and raise up the anarchy? What are you saying?
It's not about anarchy. It's about preserving this republic. Like, this is not about anarchy. I'm not saying just like take to the streets and start smashing things. I'm saying that there has been multiple flagrant violations of our Constitution by this administration, and I find it incredibly disheartening that everybody just wants to sit back and say, well, let's let it work itself out. Because as I see what's happening, this administration has stacked the courts, they've stacked the Supreme Court, and on the heels of Nancy Pelosi saying impeachment is not what we should be going for, you have a budget that's released where this treasonous son of a bitch that's occupying the White House requests $8.6 billion for that wall boondoggle after the previous Congress turned down the $5 billion request. He's doubling down on every damn thing that he does, and
that's what he always does.
And that's hasn't stopped him. He's still been in there for 2 years. Like we get
So really quick.
Every time with the budget.
Really quick.
Time with the budget.
I don't normally do this, but I really need to jump in here because I think I can actually add something to this on both sides of this debate, which, by the way, has been awesome, and the crowd's loving it, by the way, guys. So y'all are one of the best panels yet.
Please jump in here,
we're out here talking shit. What can you do?
So, Joe, let me just ask you this and see if
Yes,
this
sir.
is kind of like what you're coming from, because I understand that you're not necessarily wanting anarchy, or not. It's more like you don't want anarchy. You want action. In other words, would you say if we had a reaction to what's currently being discussed coming in the same way as, like, let's say the Women's March, where so many people gathered together, got to the streets and protested, is that something along the lines of the kind of response you're hoping for, or?
Yeah, I would love. I mean, I think anytime that we pour out en masse, I think that does a whole lot of good.
Yeah.
Because this country was absolutely built on protest. The good parts of this country were built on protest.
Sure.
The country was created in protest.
Absolutely.
John.
Yes, sir.
This kid's got his shit together. You better keep him.
I know it. If you don't know Joe, go over to the new news, and as a matter of fact, Joe, take a minute and tell the people where they can find you and where they can mail you support or postcards. I know you like postcards, Joe. So
I do
quickly,
love postcards.
Tell the people where you can send those.
Sure. So quick, on Facebook, it's the new news. If you search the new news, we should pop right up. Our profile picture is the picture of a little girl world, and our there's PayPal information there, and then our physical address is P.O. Box 14767, Cincinnati, Ohio 45250, and we always love to get postcards there.
The home of Skyline Chili. You can't go wrong there.
I'm telling
Skyline,
you.
yeah.
I've been through Cincinnati. It's a
Gold
beautiful
Star.
city. I've just been
Gold
through it.
Star.
Didn't stop.
All right,
Didn't stop.
now wait
Just
a minute.
went
Now,
through it.
Joe did that. Travis,
Gold Star is good. Don't
Oh,
get
yeah.
me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So really quick, I also have a part 2 to that in response
All
to
right.
Nancy Pelosi saying what she did say. I can understand why she would come out and say that, and I don't blame her for one reason, because this is I think we're getting really close here to a very big event, and this country is in chaos at the moment. And it's a balancing act. And what I think is, if you do start talking about the impeachment process, we're going to start seeing some hardcore protests on the other side, and we know how nutty these fuckers are.
No,
The reason
return of
why
the
I say
teabaggers.
that is because there's a reason why I don't necessarily like walking around my neighborhood. It's primarily red, and it's all red except for us. And every single one of them, like we just had to deal with it this weekend, boy, they got a lot of ammunition. And you know what? If they think the country is going to go into a state of chaos, because you have all these right-wing militias that are all over the country that feel like they're doing their patriotic duty.
Well, they're getting bigger and bigger.
Yes, and I believe.
Trav,
yeah, go ahead.
I agree with you, man. But you know what? Here's this is the one pushback I would give you.
Sure.
These people think that we're already in a state of chaos because we allowed gay marriage, because we want to provide Medicare, or want to provide health care as a right, not as a privilege of being a citizen of the United States. That we want to welcome people seeking asylum into the country. Sure. They look at every one of those issues as the chaos that's descending on America, and the damn liberals just I mean, I've seen
it's fucked up. There's a
specific meme that I've seen. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it literally has. The whole thing is photoshopped, and it's got a picture of Donald Trump with 2 children in his arm running across something, and then in the background there's this demonic version of Hillary Clinton. And, I mean,
that's us,
it's
baby.
The most
that's the Democrats. We're crazy. We're crazy.
But they really believe that shit.
They do, and that's.
Did you hear Sarah Sanders just the other day? After 42 days of waiting, she finally sasayed her ass up there to give a press briefing at the White House there, and when she was asked, oh Lord, what this?
A whole lot of ass to sashay.
Yeah, I mean to tell you, buddy, lion ass is what it is. It's
John, it's painful. It's painful having to listen to her.
I can't remember the question that she was asked, but her answer was, well, the Democrats will rip a baby from the mother's womb and kill it right there. She made some statement right there. And
Hold the phone really quick. Jen Morgan just donated $4.99 through Super Chat. You're missing the brilliant commentary in the chat. Page back and see what you've missed. The 2020 crash will be about the progressives are socialists. Yeah, I noticed our chat was actually turned off, so I'm going to fix that. But yes, thank you so much, Jen Morgan.
Where's the chat?
I'm trying to bring it back.
I'm going to stop here, though. Hold on just a minute. First of all, I don't believe that the progressives are socialists. I believe that there are a lot of democratic socialists out there, and I think they got to find a better fucking name. Because in this country, all of these people that have had that word given to them throughout their lives and been equal things.
There's our chat, Dad.
The bottom line is we want to get shit done.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bottom line. Call it what you want.
But let's get the work done. And that's where I am with this. I believe a part of this work is getting through the next 2 years and then locking the son of a bitch up and going back to fixing the things that he fucked up.
Well, now wait. Now this is where I come in with Joe. I don't want to wait till 2020. I want the Mueller report to come out. I want the Southern District to come out. I want every bit of information to come out before the election.
And then prove that we can indict a sitting president.
But I think Leo's point is, just like with any other number of names that you
happen to stick with a particular group of people, there's a certain stigma associated with that word.
Okay, so
socialism, yes,
so,
they're going to use
right, so
sling that mud as much as they can.
Because like I'm pretty sure once again I'm the baby on board here, but like
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you right now,
you.
people under 30, people under 40 even do not see the term socialism the same way that people over 50 see it. Period. That's just the way that it is. There's not the stigma attached to it.
Vote as hard as we do.
But on the right,
that's the thing. They don't vote as hard as we do.
Doesn't matter if they're old or young.
Big voting block.
Okay, Leo. All right. So let me ask you. I've heard that argument a million times. Well, they don't vote as hard. Well, let me tell you why. Because what the average person under the age of 40 sees is not a huge difference between Democrats and Republicans. And now, before you get on my ass about this, let me finish my thought. I know that there is a big difference between Democrats and Republicans, but the average younger voter is looking at it and going, well, that guy works for the big corporate interests and this guy works for the big corporate interests. I don't see a big difference. And they're willing to work together. They still have a pack mentality. They don't have this I got to do everything for myself and everybody's out to get me kind of thing that hits you when you get a little bit older. So that is how you actually build a country. Like,
where the fuck are you getting that from, Joe?
Getting what from?
I don't buy into that, man.
Don't buy into what? Like
this thing that somehow after a certain point we all sit back and say, oh well, we've got to suck up to the boss. No, we don't.
That's not what I said, man.
That's what it sounded like.
No. Hear me clearly. What I'm saying is that people that are under the age of 40 don't see a difference between a Democrat that takes corporate money or a Republican that takes corporate money.
They see just corporate money. And they've seen that all their life, and that's why they call it corporate Dems. That's where that came from. That they think that there's people in the Democratic Party.
Really quick, to hold everybody's thought, before we forget, Sarge Tech, thank you for the $5 donation through Super Chat. He writes, support from Blue Dot in Georgia. You guys are awesome. Thank you
well, there you go, Sarge Tech. We was wondering where you was from, buddy.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Bub. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the donations that we get, our Patreon members that come on here. Yeah. It's what keeps this. I pitch this on Bob Kincaid's radio show every Friday when I'm on there because it is so important to keep the voice of the liberal left, the progressive voice, which I like to think I am, even though I'm old, on the air and moving. Andy Pagoda's show. Andy, tell everybody where they can find your ass.
Wait, we happen to be progressives.
We are progressive, baby. But that's what I was saying the other day on my show. Is y'all have to remember that when we were young, us boomers, and in my case, I'm looking at the time between late '69 and '72. Between that period of my life, I was the young people out in the street. Right up to '72 when we kicked Nixon. When Nixon was reelected. Right after that, it went downhill quick.
Here's the problem, guys. Here's the problem I have is that every single person that I've come into contact with that's over the age of 50 will in private tell me specifically, you know what, I agree with all the progressive ideals. I really support it. I want to see it move forward. But there's always this big but, and then it's like, can they win? And it's like, wait a second. So all you guys believe all of this, I don't know what you're afraid of. Like if you embrace it and
we're afraid
I'll tell you that publicly.
Well, I know you guys do. That's why I like you guys.
We've seen it, Joe.
I've never voted for a Republican in my life. There.
Good man. I'm proud of you, Sparky.
We've seen it.
I hate them.
Just looking at it and saying, all right, kids. Now, we were just talking about where that's coming from, the corporate money. All right, let's get behind a bigger problem. Get fucking Citizens United done.
That's H.R. 1.
Get rid of that. Yeah. Priority 1.
That's H.R. 1 that the House just passed and the Senate's going to shoot it down.
We can do that. That's all I'm
We're not even going to bring it up.
I am.
No, the Senate. It's not even going to get a vote.
Yeah. As long
it's
as they
dead.
hold the Senate,
it will handicap the Republicans.
But we keep
for that
forcing
reason,
the issues. Every time they
It's
deny,
just going to be used as an election issue. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It certainly is, and we may lose on these first ones, but we got to keep pushing. And I don't think that we should be taking the whole impeachment thing as a distraction, because I don't think that that's going to get us there. That's all I'm saying about it.
It's not right now. It's just that anxious. Everybody wants to get impeached. Everybody on our side wants his ass impeached. That's not a question.
But it's premature.
It ain't happening now.
It's just that old adage, you got to take your time and do it right. Don't screw up. And I don't want to screw up. I think we have impeachment in our pocket. We have it. We can pull it out any day, baby.
And we could make
it's not enough right now. Right now, the right would still continue with the witch hunt bullshit, and the Republicans in the Senate would start getting behind Donnie. It's just an attack by the liberal left to put the president out of his office and blah, 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 bullshit. I want evidence of crimes. That's what I want. And I don't think it's going to be that difficult or that long before we see them.
There is evidence of crimes, but it's not going to happen tonight.
They got him on
once
campaign finance right now.
Once Barr gets a hold of this information, what's to say that he won't hold it from us until after the election?
That's why we have a Congress.
We got a lot of slow shit that's going to happen.
I don't think Schiff's going to let that happen.
Still going forward.
I don't think Schiff's going to let that happen, baby. I think he wants that report.
I would love it if
but Bill
did.
Barr's got
they'll summons. They'll hit Mueller with a summons to come speak right in front of the Congress.
Yep.
Everything will have to be subpoenaed with this administration.
We cannot. What was that?
Daniel Cunningham donated $10 through Super Chat. Let's see. Democratic socialism uses democracy to ensure the commons for we the people and spread power among we the people as a check on capitalistic greed.
Thank you, Daniel.
There you go, buddy.
Hold up right there. What was his name again, Travis? What was his name again?
Daniel Cunningham.
Daniel Cunningham. Words of wisdom, baby, from our Blue Dot family.
Here, hang on. I got to do this thing. I haven't done it in a while.
Oh, look at there. We're going to flash the lights. That's
I forgot
for you.
That was there.
That's for you, Daniel, buddy. We're flashing the lights for you.
I want to address this right to Daniel, and I want to address it really to Joe. The one thing we've got, now one thing they've got, and they've proved it in spades, is money. They've got a shit ton of money.
What the Republicans?
Is a family thing. And John, you know what I'm saying here. We've got the people who understand each other. Money does a lot. Money holds it. Yeah, man, they got us under their thumb
Money
with
will
that
get your
bullshit.
kid into college.
What?
A good college.
There's that loop. We made full circle. Oh crap! What the hell?
Money talks, bullshit walks.
But we've got the numbers. We've got that family thing going.
We are the majority. Don't ever forget that we are the majority.
But
as long as
we're gonna win this.
But as long as there's an electoral college, as long as there's an electoral college, that popular vote is up for grabs, baby. You know, Hillary won the popular vote. She's not president, baby.
No. More and more states are putting in provisions to say, nope, we're going with whatever.
I saw that. Yes, I applaud that they will cast their vote for the popular vote. That's what has to happen, state by state, if we have to.
We got it by numbers, and that means even the ones that want to call it socialism or democratic socialism or whatever the hell name you want to put on it.
Well,
we got the numbers.
They're gonna whip out that socialist charge every chance they get.
They've done it. They've done it ever since FDR.
I think if y'all I promote Bob Kincaid as much as I can because I really admire the guy. He wrote a piece on capitalism. I shared it on my Facebook page, and he discusses exactly what capitalism has brought his state, because coal is a big product in West Virginia, and it was capitalized on. A lot of men and women and children died to get that coal out. That's the cost of capitalism, baby. And we're not saying
I can't believe that Ojeda lost that election.
Yeah.
We prefer those this time around. See, guys, before we go any further, one thing I'd like to do, because I got to get off of here in a minute. I want to do a shout out to a few of our Blue Dots, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
One of them is Michael Chapek in Cornell, Wisconsin. has been around a whole long time, and I know that he's hurting and he's got some things going on. And Michael, just keep up, buddy. We're going to be there, and we're gonna somehow fix this son of a bitch. It's going to take all of us, though.
Oh yeah.
Another one, Donna Bonacorsi up there in Massachusetts.
That's Donna.
We know
very
Donna.
well.
We know Donna
Great.
very well.
Has supported me very well, and I just wanted to thank her for that. Robin Jones Pearson is Scottsville, Virginia. She's another one that recently has been doing what she can, and I believe we still got Dion Bowling on here. And I'm going to reach out to her and whoever else, trying to put the biker wisdom stuff up on YouTube and getting some things straightened out that way and make this whole thing a little bit bigger. Thank all of you. You are incredible. We got this by the numbers. Keep going, folks.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you for doing that.
Right. Yeah.
I know Donna and I know Dion, and I know that they're both doing everything that they can do, and we're so incredibly proud of both of them for doing everything. But beyond that, we're proud of everyone who comes in and supports this family.
And it's getting bigger.
And it's growing.
It is getting bigger by the day.
And Andy, one more thing. What the hell is going on your wallet? I finally got the new pattern.
What is going on where?
On your wallet. I've got the new pattern. You still haven't told me what we're putting on your wallet.
Ruben Michaels donated $10 through Super Chat. Let's do this.
Yet.
Thank you, Ruben.
All right. Thank you, Ruben. What do you say?
Thank you, Ruben.
I appreciate it, buddy. I don't even know when those come.
That's why they're on my side, so I can be like, oh, hey, look at that.
Those are awesome.
This
I
is
love seeing
big
Bento
stuff,
pop
John,
up.
and you know this. This is big shit. These people are getting in here and they're doing this thing, and it might look like baby steps. It might look like a little bit something different every day, but as each day grows, these contributions and the support grows exponentially.
Bernie Sanders, $6 million in about 5 minutes, all of it in little donation.
I'll turn it to Robert Tilton if we can get that.
We try to. We try to.
I'll slick my hair. Well, I don't have any hair, but I started saying.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. We try to promote our Patreon page because $1 a month. I tell people that's 5 cents a show. I do 5 shows a week, and that's a nickel a show. For $1, you can join our Patreon page, and it goes a long way.
Pays the internet bill for us to be able to do this to begin with.
And as a matter of fact, let's talk about internet. I want to be able to increase my broadband, which for the service that we have, the only service it provides out here in the middle of nowhere. It costs to get a wider
wider bandwidth,
more bandwidth, more
upload speed,
which means more money. That's all that means to me. It just means
and this is not even enough to pay Travis's salary. Let alone
I get nothing.
It's a labor of love, baby.
Travis's salary.
He's poor like me.
Twice a month.
Let's do a shout out to Travis tonight.
Y'all are too kind.
Thank you, son.
He does.
Yes.
He does.
Travis,
He does.
this
I
whole
appreciate
fucking
it.
thing wouldn't be possible.
Hey. Now wait a minute.
Dad gets
There we go,
jealous.
cussing again. God damn it. Guys, I got to get inside.
Damn it, Leo, what I tell you about that?
I love you all. Have a great night. And
Leo,
thank
appreciate
you
you stopping by, buddy.
See you,
and,
Leo.
you're welcome anytime.
care.
Come here, bud.
Thanks for the good
And
conversations.
keep that voice going over there on Biker Wisdom, bub.
We ain't going any place.
All
Talk
right,
to you
bub.
soon.
All right, take care.
Leo's got to go take a leak. That's what's
That's
going
what
on.
it is. It's got to go. It's got to go to the bathroom. I can go, and I was thinking about it a little while ago because I got one of these cords. This thing will stretch. I can get up and walk off camera. I just don't want.
Please
How about
don't.
cats?
Travis would go, "Where are you going?"
Please don't.
I'll just piss in the bag and keep going.
That's me. I'm just gotta.
No,
Got a
no,
grinning
wait.
bear.
Here's what you need. Have you seen that thing? It used to advertise on TV a lot back in the day, and this just proves Americans will buy any piece of shit. It's the golf club that you take out on the golf course, and you use it for when you have to go to the bathroom. So you uncap the top, and you act like you're putting, and there's like a little flap that covers your.
For pity's sake.
Yes,
They
I
called
wish
that
I could think of.
masturbation when I was a kid, but I don't know.
It's like the advertisement was something along the lines
I'd
of,
go
"Are you
find
tired
a
of going
tree."
around and having to take care of your business behind the trees and in the."
Everybody wonders
yeah.
why you're walking off. Did you hit the ball that bad?
That sounds like Rodney Dangerfield and Caddyshack would do.
That's it. Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
Really not designed for women either.
No.
No.
Well, look, Leo dropped away on us, Let me see who else we have in Skype tonight. What do you see, Travis? I see Gary.
Yeah, let's see.
I see a couple of more people.
Yeah. I see.
I don't get to see nothing.
Chris, but I'm
my
Skype
producer over there
WB
sees everything. I don't get to see nothing. I see the chat. That's what I get to see. I
yeah,
don't
and
see
it locks up on my end, and I cannot, for the life of me, even gauge who's in the chat.
I see Gary, and I see Mitch, and we have Wendell, whose name really doesn't want to be.
We got Cocoa, Florida in the house, Atlanta, Georgia, Orlando, Florida, Texas, Ohio, Northwest Wisconsin.
Yeah, look. Yeah, look at that. Everybody everybody chiming in, letting us know where they're coming from tonight.
Costa Rica.
We
got Scott Adams from Costa Rica.
Roll call. Where are you?
Tell us. I got coffee from Costa Rica.
I think we got 118 people in tonight. We got a good night going on. Thank you,
everybody,
London,
for stopping
England
by.
in the
house. AK.
I can tell you, Shelby, North Carolina is in the house. The rest of them, I ain't got a fucking clue. But I mean,
Tulsa, Oklahoma, baby. I know where that is. Australia, New South Wales, Leanne Scott. She's always here with us. We appreciate you being here, Leanne.
God bless you, ma'am. Thank you.
She is always one of our. I think she stops in. I don't know. Do you? I don't know, Leanne. Do you watch the Bob Kincaid show? Because I just had a thought there.
Could be a lot of crossovers going on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there is. I encourage everybody to stop by Bob Kincaid. You can find him on Horn Radio. Look it up on or Duncan. Hey, Sparky.
Head on with Bob Kincaid.
There you go. Google that.
Yeah.
You search
Head on .live.
Head on. Which every Friday I like to be on there. Head on live on radio. Friday on the front porch. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. Friday on the front porch. Bob Kincaid. It's always great conversation and entertainment, and always good.
And I run the front porch.
And Sparky runs the front porch, baby.
Skype master.
That's what he is.
Mr. Skype. Okay.
Mr. Skype. It's like one of them guys with the lightsaber.
I see somebody referring to notes over there. I saw a notebook yanked out.
Yeah.
Look out.
Well, while we're talking up everybody, Andy, tell everybody where they can find you. Because Andy does the Filthy Mouth Liberal. Tell them all about it, Andy.
Well, John, they can find me on Facebook at, what the hell's the name of that page? Filthy Mouth Liberal. That's the one.
Andy.
Or on Twitter or whatever you want to call that thing, where they do them twats or tweets or whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
At Filthy Mouth Lib. Or you could just send me a postcard or email or not email, but that other kind of mail or whatever it is. The Filthy Mouth Liberal, Post Office Box 645, Earl. That's EARL, North Carolina.
Earl.
28038-065. We'd love to hear from you.
There you go.
I'll drop Andy and Joe a postcard and let them know that you were listening and you appreciate it and all that stuff. We all like to get mail from our Blue Dot family, and
I should try to pull
today.
Out. You know what I should do? Hang on a second.
By the way, we don't have video, but I've got these fantastic bumper stickers.
You were gone. You got off the radio when I was asking you who you sent that to.
One of those, Andy.
They're pretty fantastic.
They're pretty good.
I'm not selling these, okay? I'm giving these away free of charge. All you have to do is send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I will send you one of these damn stickers. You put it on your car or put it on your neighbor's car. I don't care. You put it on.
Oh, I like that idea.
What does it say,
I've got like 100,000 of these ordered. The Filthy Mouth Liberal, Post Office Box 645, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. By God, we'll send one of those some bitches out to you.
And what does the bumper sticker say, Andy?
It says "fuck Trump."
Oh, I thought that's what it said, baby. Did you send one to
sorry,
Rose
John,
Taylor?
I thought you could see it. Otherwise, I would have
can't
said
see
that.
it. No, I want for those that can't see it. I wanted to make sure that they knew what you were talking about.
It is a red bumper sticker with a whole bunch of white letters on it.
I got to be confused. I got confused because I can't remember. Was it Rose Taylor or Karen Cormier that you sent that to?
Rose, I sent Rose 2 of them.
Okay.
And they say "fuck Trump." Yeah. She proudly put one on her car.
Seen that.
And God knows where she put the other one. I'm not sure I want to ask. But
I'd look for
anyway,
that vehicle that's got a good Trump sticker on it and just go stick it right under.
And I've ordered a buttload of these things.
Well, shit, Andy, send me one.
I'll send you 2 or 3 of them.
All right.
Put them all on the cars.
You know what we need to mail out?
What is that?
Those are what we have left of our rat's asses.
Oh God, yes.
We have a bunch of rat's ass. If you give a rat's ass, we could send you a rat's ass.
How about we do an exchange? That'll work. Yeah,
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. I'll send you a rat's ass so you can tell people, hey, I can give a rat's ass.
Well, I give a rat's ass and you can fuck Trump. That'll work.
There you go.
We'll take that.
There you go. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Castaneno. She's from Florida. She's the lady that sent us those.
Yes. Yeah.
Darling, if you're listening, I'm sorry I tore up your name. I have got names in my head, baby, you wouldn't believe. But I can.
God bless her. I butcher names every day.
All
Don't
the
feel
time.
bad.
All the time.
Well, look at our last name, for example. I think it's Karma.
I butcher my name every day.
I did when I had to ask you. How do you pronounce that, Andy? I don't want to get it wrong now. Is it Paguta? Paguta. You know.
Paguta.
Makes me you know what that makes me think of? Really, it does. Makes me those statues like on Easter Island, except in
Pagoda.
Guam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it reminds.
Well, I ain't from around here, John. I'm from Charlotte.
Oh, you're from
Charlotte. That's kind of what happened to that.
Oh, shit.
I live in Shelby, but I'm from Charlotte, and the whole dialect changes between, I think, kind of on the Gaston County border there somewhere. I'm not sure, but it's pretty nasty.
So to try to jumpstart back into this realm of bullshit that's happened today.
What realm of bullshit?
So 50 people.
Forgive us, Travis. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. No, it's just to start us off on the next chapter. So 50 people were charged in the criminal investigation that went on by the name of Operation Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues.
So those arrested included 2 SAT, ACT administrators, 9 coaches at elite schools, 1 college administrator, and 33 parents.
We know who 2 of them
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. I saw University of Texas was on that list.
Yes, UT of Texas. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that Austin?
Austin, probably.
Yeah.
Some coach there, I think.
I got an observation about this one.
What's that?
I think that these folks are, I mean, they're in positions of some measure of power, and they still don't feel like they're getting enough. So this is how you grease the wheels, and it's no skin off their nose. It's no loss to them.
It's just injustice all around.
Yeah,
because for every one of these kids that got paid to get in there, some kid didn't. Because there's a slot, baby. Those colleges fill a slot. And certain numbers of students are going to get in, certain number ain't.
And remember the whole stink about affirmative action that these people went all the way to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
They were so upset about it because it would prevent people who deserve to go to college, and it allows all these people who are substandard in. Can you believe what a crock of shit that turned out to be? These people who paid for that bill are the same people who sent checks to Wharton Business School, unqualified kids to get in. Yeah.
That's, well, like I say, that's how we end up with idiots that can't spell hamburger sitting in the White House, because Daddy paid for his diploma. There ain't no. That's how come he went out and hid all of his grades from every school he ever went to. He hides
hamburger, John.
Huh?
That's hamburger.
Hamburger. Yeah. Hamburger.
You'd think
hamburger.
You'd think for as many as he served in the White House, he'd know how to spell it.
No shit. You'd think as many as he's ate, he'd looked at the package every once in a while.
But
there you go. See, Wharton School of Finance don't teach you no spelling. We're just a ciphering school. Shit.
Holy shit.
We teach you how to cipher. You know, all them numbers, all them aughts and non-aughts. You know.
Naughts and gazentas.
Donnie is a master of a con. That's what he is. That's what he mastered in all his life.
Is that what they did on the Beverly Hillbillies? Naughts and gazentas. Jethro Bodine is who comes to mind there.
There you go. That's he was probably a graduate of the Wharton School of Finance.
Probably so.
I think, hey guys, I think I've said it every time that I've been on this show, but I'm going to say it again because I think it bears repeating. Trump steaks, Trump vodka,
that's it,
and the casinos that guy owned. He can't
University.
those are all places that went bankrupt. Red meat, liquor,
that's what you really don't understand when they praise his business. You know, the only reason his business is open is because Russia paid him, baby. Russia had a lot of money to launder. That's how come he's still in business. That's how his name is still out there.
He's a failure.
That's exactly what he is. If somebody ain't paying his bills, he'd be out on the street in a van, probably trying to pawn his daughter off. I don't know.
He's a failure. He's a failure with the nuclear codes. Go think about that.
No,
Yeah.
I don't like thinking about that shit.
The
He could get
football
us
and
into
the
some,
biscuit.
yeah. I'd like to shove that football up his butt. You know,
Yeah.
He's
Right up
ignorant
his
in that way.
biscuit.
And I don't know how that makes anybody feel safe in America that man is in our house, and would be the one. I only have to have faith in our military to stop him from doing something ignorant. But I'll tell you what, that whole thing with the nuclear issue right now has me concerned, because we are now finding ourselves in another nuclear arms race with Russia, and I don't think that's by accident. I think all them meetings with Putin behind the door, there's a plan going on. Let's bump up the nuclear weapons. Let's get it going. There's money in that. Look at our new defense budget with this budget. It's going up again.
Well, the irony is that our economy was never as good as during that time of the original nuclear buildup.
Right.
That's the irony.
That's bad.
But is that the only goal, is to build up? I mean, like, at some point, like, we can have a raging economy, but if we're constantly on the brink of nuclear warfare, you know,
Money can't buy heaven, baby.
Yeah,
You know, it ain't going in.
I think that's the problem with capitalism in general. Like, that's insane. Like, oh well, you know, we made a lot of money for a while. Like it
What?
Rick Scott.
Money can't buy heaven? You're kidding me.
Rick Scott. We want to give a shout out to Rick Scott.
Scott for donating $10 through
Is
Super
that the
Chat.
Florida governor, or is that another one?
No. Definitely not.
We're sorry, Rick. We're not bad mouthing your name there. That was Andy that did that.
No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
It just happened to strike a chord.
Yeah,
when I
it
saw it
was.
come
He
up there.
was. He was the stinking governor of Rick Scott down there in Florida.
Yeah.
But this is the good Rick Scott, the good guy.
The
Rick
great,
Scott.
the legendary Rick Scott.
There you go.
And donated $10 through Super Chat. He writes, "Glad to finally be able to make a contribution."
Oh,
Thank
we
you, Rick.
appreciate it, Rick. Really do. Like we say every time, it's what keeps us on the air and being able to expand this. We want to be able to bring in the video. That's the big thing about.
We want to see everybody's beautiful faces on the air.
Everybody's face on the air, not just mine. You know.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to put pants on.
I
for
mean
the
to
next
tell
one?
you, but hey, don't say nothing. I ain't got them on. Shit,
Joe,
I got a shirt on, buddy.
Joe, that's why there's a.
I got shorts on, man. Oh, look at me showing my knees.
Rick,
I did not.
Rick, we
It's hot
value
in
you.
here, man. I'm telling
I
you.
did not know that. I did not know that people wore pants on the internet.
Yeah,
I was about to say there's a table here, like the
Yeah,
camera doesn't have to go
everybody's
below
wearing
the
shorts.
waist.
I was going to say, what the hell are you talking about? I never wear pants on the
Oh,
internet. I don't
man.
know what's going on with that.
No. Well, I do out in my shop because
Don't want to
You're
get
lucky
hurt.
to get me to wear drawers on the internet.
there's
let
a lot of
alone
things
pants.
out there that bite you. Now I do go out there in my shorts when it's hot, but when I'm working, no, because I move things around, and you never know when one of them little spiders is going to come out and just say hello, because there's a ton of them in there.
Yeah.
Before anybody asks, I put out my spiders. The thing about my spiders is they have little spider lawyers, and they have little documents that they say they own this house and their generation, their ancestors were here long before any of us
Well, I
came around.
don't like spiders and snakes.
don't
No,
either.
that works, don't you?
I
Well,
can
if you're
deal
gonna be
with
bit by a
snakes.
spider, at least I hope it's a
I have
radioactive
been.
one. so you get
Yeah,
some
really.
healing
I want
powers.
to shoot.
Me too. I'd like to turn into David Banner for about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
That'd
really.
be some good shit. Right?
Oh man.
That was the Hulk, not Spider-Man. Come on.
Got to get your right
Getting off.
superhero
Wait a
there
minute.
now. Wait a minute.
I'm trying to be the Hulk.
Oh,
Jesus, Spider-Man.
There's gamma rays, not a spider bite.
What the hell am I going to do good climbing
Peter
up
Parker
a
was the
building
one that got-
somewhere? I want to be damn Hulk.
not me. I want to be Spider-Man. I could be Spider-Man.
I want to go to the White House
Shoot that
and
little
crush that
whip.
son of a bitch.
You know, I'd like to be the Invisible Man. That's what I'd like to be. Just so I could walk up in that White House there and get right up close to him, and every time I'd slap the fire out of him, and he'd just sit there and go, "What the fuck was that?" I'd wait a few
Hey,
minutes
throw
and
that out in the
slap
chat.
him
Throw
again.
that out in the chat. That's a. Would you rather be invisible, or would you rather be able to fly?
You could do a poll
my
on
God.
that, John. You
No,
know
I'd be-
that, right?
I'd rather be invisible.
I'm sure if I was invisible, I would lose myself in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd do
I'd be in
flying.
trouble.
I'd do flying.
You like to fly?
I'd like to go take a
I-
crap.
no,
and
I
wait-
hate
And
flying.
Sarge Tech is right. Spiders are our friends. And before we get carried away with that, I want to point out that I'm looking right at Travis. Is there a time when we have caught a spider in this house that we smashed him, or did we kick him outside?
We take him outside.
That's right.
Because those fuckers eat all the other bad shit around here, like mosquitoes
and stuff like that.
Fuck mosquitoes.
On our little security camera, as a matter of fact, me and Mama will be sitting there watching TV, and our little security camera TV is right below it. That's pointed out there in my front area, and occasionally a spider will come along and build a web right in front of that camera. And it is interesting as hell to sit there and watch those things build their little web.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting as hell. So, yeah.
Yeah, no. But no, I like the idea of flying. Because here's the reason why you would fly.
Why?
Because, okay, you're invisible, right?
Just don't want to fly on a 737 MAX.
No, fuck that. But, no, if you're invisible, well, you're still limited to human abilities. In other words, you'd have to travel, you would have to walk or drive or whatever. Flying... You get to go. You get just to go over anything. You can get to go anywhere. You know.
Well,
so
all right,
you could just walk on the airplane and just reach over and get one of them little bottles of whiskey, and there you go, man. You're on the plane.
Seems like a great idea.
Have you flown lately?
No, I haven't.
You know how expensive?
Does your mama fly?
No, of course not.
Mama
but
don't
it's also
fly.
very expensive.
And Mama don't fly. Yeah, you flew up to New England. You flew up to Boston up there and had a great time.
Had to drive all the way to Houston to be able to make it
Donna
affordable.
Bonicosi's neighborhood, as a matter of fact. And Chris Kloss, Medford, Massachusetts.
Is Donna with us tonight?
I think she was. I thought I saw her.
I don't know, but
name.
I see Stephanie Dean.
Stephanie Dean.
Hi, Steph. How you doing? How you feeling, baby? I mean,
hey, Stephanie.
Stay out of the hospital, Stephanie. That's what the message to Stephanie is: stay out of the hospital, dear. Don't go there.
Yes, indeed.
Be healthy, baby. We all wanting that for Stephanie. Stephanie's been a Blue Dot family member for a long time, baby.
Quite a long time.
A lot of them. We have a lot of family members. I'm getting posts now on my Facebook page, where it says 2 years ago you made friends with this person or that person, and I'm getting a lot of them right now.
Yeah,
I'm getting a lot to say shut the hell up.
Yeah, I get that all the time.
Same. That's why I left
I don't
Facebook.
give them the chance, baby. That's how come I record my rants. They're not live because I got something to say. I don't care what you got to say. I want to get my shit out of my mouth.
I had to get.
I had.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I'm seeing snowflakes in the chat right now, but I think that's from Mitch. I'm not worried about that.
Dude, those are spider webs. Those are spider webs.
Freaking snowflakes, man.
Boy.
You stone cold my creativity,
I think
man.
Linda's
forgive me.
telling
I'm
us, I
sorry
think
about
that
that.
Donna went to bed. Yeah, we're late out there on the East Coast now. It's what time is it out there? It's
10:17.
Yeah,
10:17 out there on the East Coast.
17 minutes past the hour.
Yeah.
We've been going for an hour and 17 minutes.
Something.
I thought about starting this an hour earlier, like at 7, because a lot of people on the East Coast, it gets late and they want to head off.
I think what we can do is we can start spanning the shows out a few more times a week. Do an earlier show.
What's an
one
hour
day,
among
and
friends?
Oh, it's nothing. Nothing. We could sit here and fly 2 hours easy on this shit.
Oh yeah.
Because
I got to get up at crack of noon tomorrow. Otherwise,
man,
I'm okay.
Me too. Man, with this time change, man, I'm sleeping until 8:30.
I'm gonna do us a favor. I apologize now, chat, if you hear any background noise, but it is hot as shit in here. So I'm cranking the AC on. Oh yeah.
Turn that
Turn the air on, man.
Baby, in here we're sweating.
This time of night, we don't even care if you fart on a live mic. It doesn't matter.
There you go. Wait for some of that to come over here and drift towards my legs.
Jesus Christ.
It's a little warm up in here.
Yep.
We have to keep the door closed here because Mama's.
Ladies and gentlemen, that gives the term "sweating balls" a whole new meaning.
A whole new meaning, buddy. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. It's not pretty. Randy Curvin, how you doing, buddy? I see you out there. And Randy does his rant. He does it. I don't know how many times a week. I try to share Randy's stuff as much as we got. Richard Anderson out there does the same thing. And
Randy kicks some serious butt, and so does Ricky. I mean, these guys are wonderful. They're essential to what we do.
And they're persistent, baby. You keep doing that stuff.
Hey guys, I'd like to comment on there's a Rebecca Magdalene, I think is her name, and she's got a page that she runs called Liberal Becky's Random Rants or something like that. Featured her on the new news a couple times. One of the rare women's voices that we get to have in this conversation, and I'd love to have more women standing up, speaking up.
Yes.
I'm trying to find her right now, Joe. Yeah. I'm trying to find her right now.
If you go to my page, like I posted one of her rants earlier today, and she's
on
cool.
on your personal page or on the new news?
On the new news.
Okay.
I got some breaking news.
What you got?
What you got?
Two tab.
Flynn's sentencing hearing has been put off for another 90 days.
Another 90 days?
Jesus Christ.
And Mueller is just fine with it.
Flynn's been singing, baby. Flynn's been singing.
Well, like a canary.
I mean to tell you, baby. You know, he's got to worry about not only his ass, his kid's ass. You know, and what Flynn knows could be the crack on Donnie. You know, because that's going right to Russia.
Well, remember what the judge told him. You sure the last time when he was thinking he was going to get sentenced to 3 years or something like that.
Yeah.
The judge says, "Are you sure you want to get sentenced today?"
Yeah.
Could he be tried for treason?
Might want to hold off on that if I was you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still got time to save his ass, and that's what he's doing right now. He's pegged up against the wall like the rest of these people are.
He knows he's in deep shit.
Yes. He ruined his career, baby. He was the first one to get the big asterisk right next to his name, a general, and look what happened to him.
And so they all start singing like canaries.
That's it,
point.
baby.
Like,
that's it.
Gotta save my ass.
And that's why Nancy is holding back on the impeachment right now. We need more. I know it. Everybody can taste that impeachment in their mouth. They can just taste it on their tongue. And I want it too. I want it more than anybody else, baby. I want to see him.
Yeah, no kidding.
But it is a political tool. It is not something that can remove the president. Only the Senate can do that. And until we have more evidence and more crimes to make it a solid case, then that's we need to hold back.
And we'll bide our time until we have what we need.
Yeah, we've got that impeachment, in our back pocket, baby. We can whip that out at any time. Who's that? Tara Nunn? Maybe smoke a bowl, drink some hot kava, and listen to some whale song recordings. There you go. That ought to relax the shit out of you.
We'll take that.
Kava?
Every morning I get up nowadays. My son Tyler. He what is that thing he plays? It's some kind of
God, those beautiful flute sound effects that he's been doing lately. Yeah, I don't know what.
I get up in the morning and I hear this flute music. It's really kind of low, but you can definitely hear it. And it's in his room, and that's how it.
That's his sleep.
That's his sleep thing. That's what he sleeps to.
I do white noise, but if I do music, I'm going to be sitting there listening to it, analyzing it. Huh?
I do fans. 3 fans. My wife has to have 3 fans, baby. We have the overhead fan, the little pedestal fan, and the fan on the air conditioner. They all got to be running, baby. It's a wind chill in my house, in my bedroom when I go to sleep. I'm under the covers. Mama just loves it. I don't mind the temperature. It's just that wind chill shit.
Wind chill? It's been like 50 degrees all year down there in Texas. And I was sleeping in my bunker and it was -2, John.
Ah, shit, Joe. I don't know how in the hell you can put up with that, man.
I don't ever want to know what negative feels like.
Well, see, I've been there. I remind you, everybody, I've been to Adak, Alaska. I was stationed up in that shit. I was up in Anchorage. Shit, that stuff's cold, baby. I don't want it no more. It hurts. Besides that, I got steel implants in my, well, not steel, but stainless steel or whatever they are, implants in my back. And when they're very close to the skin in my lower back, so when it gets cold and those screws get cold that go right to my bone, then yeah, man, it aches like hell. So yeah, sand and sea kind of guy. That's what I.
Are you telling me you're bionic?
I am bionic, buddy. You
well,
bet.
Then we got to get the X-Men together here. And we got to storm the castle.
There we go.
And
yeah, as long as I'm backing up, they can shoot me in the back. It'll just go toink.
Not for me.
Body armor.
Yeah.
See, Joe's doing the Marvel references. I'll say we'll do the Death Star trench run.
And then the Death Star trench
run.
Yeah, I'll do Death Star trench run.
There you go. Storm the castle, baby. That's what we want to do, but we're going to have to do it peacefully. And that's what's coming. When more of this shit comes out, when more, like I say, when the crimes come out, when the money laundering, the deals from Russia, from Saudi Arabia, and wherever else, Deutsche Bank or what other, deal he made is going to come out, and that's when it's going to be time to whip out that impeachment.
That's right. Get out there and be patriots. Don't be the same kind of freaking patriots I talked about on my last video. Be real damn patriots.
Get your ass out there.
Yeah. All these
or
people
do what you can.
And,
do what you can. If you can't get there, do it some other way, right? I started this because I couldn't go. I saw everything going on up in Washington, D.C. Hell, I can't afford to go to Washington, D.C.
Hey, I saw your promo video today for the first time that you did. God knows.
Oh, the one that says I'm John Bertavo?
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's Travis's work. That's Travis's work.
You did that, Travis?
Yes, I did.
Jesus Christ, I need to hire you.
That's pretty good, ain't it? That looks professional. I checked the count
You've
on that.
inspired me, John. I am definitely going to start my own cast at some point in
There
time,
you go.
too.
You know,
I mean, we all have to. We all have to do it.
It's your voice, baby. That's all we got. Your voice and your vote. And my vote.
The more of us there are, the better chance we have of accomplishing this goal.
That's it. The more voices we have out there spreading this message and motivating other people.
You know, none of us are going to make this thing any prettier. We're all ugly as hell.
No.
But if you get out there and you use your voice and you do what you have in your mind, and you set your mind to accomplishing this goal, God knows what we can get done. And the more people we have, the better. That's all there is to it.
That's it. The more voices make the conversation widen.
And another thing in regards to conversation is it promotes productive conversations. It makes people talk about the issues and makes people more aware of the issues. Again, not too many people are going to want to watch the news. I sure as hell don't like to. I do my source.
My job nowadays.
I do my source checking on the internet, you know, making sure that I can sort through the bullshit and the too good to be trues and the whatever the fuck. But
Jen says next thing she's getting is plastic knees.
But I'm thinking one thing this Blue Dot family does is we do all this cross promoting.
Yes.
You know,
we do.
John tells people about me. I tell people about him. We all tell people about Leo and Joe and everyone else out there.
Yeah.
And that is one way to convey a common message.
I encourage anybody that has the courage to turn on that camera or their microphone. Hell, do an audio if you don't think you're pretty. Look at me. I am not pretty, people. And I didn't give a shit what I looked like when I started this. I was
like
mad.
to call it, John, I like to refer to it as testicular fortude. Does that make sense?
Fortitude. That sounds good. That's what I got.
Okay.
Whatever he said, that's what I've got.
You have testicular fortitude.
I got mad.
I don't think I said that 3 times.
And I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't drive up to Washington, D.C. and go flip the bird at him in the White House and all that shit. I just wanted somebody to hear me. And
well, you know, Leo put out something a while back. You know, he alluded to the fact that maybe we should get together and go there, and I'm not totally against that.
No. As a matter of fact, Andy, you need to come over to Duncan's here, hook up with Duncan, come on to the Bob Kincaid show. He's thinking about having a horn in. Doesn't that sound? We're gonna have a horn in, and he was thinking about trying to hook it up with the Blue Dot family and having a Blue Dot family horn in, you know, and try to set someplace up that we could meet. I would just, you know, we had a Blue Dot hookup down here in Corpus Christi, and we had probably about 9 or 10 people, I guess, came from the local area that we all had lunch and stuff, and it was great. But I would love to be able to be someplace where we could all be at the same time.
Yeah, you draw, awesome. John, you draw a bigger crowd than Trump did.
Shit, I don't know. I'd like to draw a crowd just for being able to slap the shit out of him. I'll tell you. It'd be worth going to jail if I could just slap him.
I would catch a friggin' red eye for that tonight.
Well, that's how come I always push that he needed slapping law. We need one of those. So when you slap somebody and you go in front of the judge, so what'd you slap him for? You can tell the judge. Well, he needed slapping. Okay.
He just needed his ass whooped, Judge.
Yeah, he just needed an ass whooping. I just gave him a slap. That's why I think everybody in Texas ought to be able to line up at Alex Jones's door every day and give him a nice slap up upside the face.
or that, what is that sumbitch with the golden microphone? What's his name? Big fat guy.
Limp Dick?
Oh, Rush
Limbo or whatever the fuck is.
I call him Rush Limp Dick. Yeah, he's an opioid habit.
Well,
he sends
there's a solution to that problem.
Made out to go get his drugs
right
for him.
But,
you know. That's and that is correct. That is right, Andy. Because I remember being on the hangar floor out there at the depot, and some mechanic would have Rush Limp Dick on, or all Rush is Right stickers and all this bullshit. That's what the right has. They have a voice, and they have a large voice on whether it be on TV with Sinclair stations buying up all over the country, and right-wing radio. The progressives do not have that much. That's how come this is important. My show, Andy's show, Leo's show, Bob's show. These are shows that they're low budget, and we ain't got much, but we have a voice, baby.
Our voice just brought me a milkshake. I'm sorry, I just got distracted.
Oh, fine, milkshake, and I'm sitting
here. Peanut butter.
Right before we went on the air, I looked at Travis. I took a sip of tea, and I went, "Oh crap, it's empty." And listen. Yep. It's empty. There's ice in there. So I'm dying.
I got no ice. My ice is melted.
You know what's sad though about
I got a fucking milkshake though. I'm good.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen it or heard of it, but a few years back there was something called Air America.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah.
We know Air America, Joe. We're old, buddy.
Al Franken had a great show.
We knew it before the movie came out.
Janine Garofalo had a show.
Yeah.
D'Amato had a show.
You got to remember, Joe.
When you say Air America to us, we go to a certain place, buddy. We remember the real Air America. The CIA.
Yeah, no shit,
operation.
Right?
Yeah, that's it, baby. It was real.
I would add Leo to that too, but he bailed on us.
Yeah, he got out of here. How old is Leo? Leo's what? He just retired. Leo retired, so he's, old.
Oh God! But it's like I'm just thinking about it really quick. Isn't it sad that the most popular of right-wing media hosts are just fucking asinine insane?
They're disgusting.
Like when
they lie to people.
They do the same thing that Trump asshole does. They try to drive that wedge deep into our country, baby.
But I'll never forget. I'll never forget the moment where I had to do some research when I found out who Alex Jones was.
Ah, shit.
Holy
when
crap.
the gay frogs thing came out, that was like, this is a joke, right? This ain't this.
No.
And people like,
I'm digging it. I love it.
Yeah,
those Limbaugh, Limp Dick.
Yeah,
like his nomenclature for his fans is ditto head.
Yeah, ditto heads.
Like
that's who they are.
Like a ditto machine, just a copy.
Like that's a compliment.
Ditto, Rush. I agree, ditto, dude. Yeah, they can't form a single thought out of their freaking head. Ditto.
Yeah, they gotta have somebody else tell them what the hell to think.
That's
like
exactly
that's not
what
the way
his
that
job is. There you go. Turn the air conditioner off. It cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, I got cool, but I also got a fucking Arctic blast going up my back.
I'm glad you're just tickled to death over there. Cold. My legs are still a little bit warm.
Are we supported by Gatorade now, there, Travis?
Oh God, I wish Gatorade would give us a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? We have no sponsorship.
I would. I'd like to see somebody who's that guy that's pushing Steyer. Somebody with money like that could go into progressive radio and progressive media. Media. Because that's what the country needs. That. And what it really needs to be is because, like right here on with me, the way I look and where I live and all that stuff, people think, oh, well, he's just a Trumper. He's a redneck. He lives way out in the country. Wears that cowboy hat. Look at him. Listens to country music, I bet, too. And all that shit. And it's... That attitude is all across America, and what they call the flyover states. There are a lot of blue dots out there, baby, and they live in the country, and they listen to country music, and they listen to all sorts of stuff, and they're still liberals. They still want the same thing for all of us, not just a certain few. And
John, we know that you love house and trap music. Like
he probably doesn't know what that is.
House and trap? You trapped in a house?
Wait.
Wait.
Before we go any further, I'm going to ask you, what is house music? I just want to on the top of your head, what do you think house music is?
House music is like the music that you hear in the elevator, Just sort of,
Oh,
a famous song that's done by some orchestra that's just no words and just, but you recognize that tune and it just relaxes.
I'm with you, John. I'm as dumb as you are.
That's me.
No, it's not about dumb. I just really want it because I don't think because trap in house is not really music that I mean I like it. It's not just stuff I actively listen to. So I don't talk about it. So I was just curious to hear your reaction to that. That's a good.
You know what? Actually, my favorite music is, the '60s.
Motown,
Motown and in the '60s and stuff. That was my era. But when I like to sit down and listen to music, a lot of my shit I like Benny Goodman, Tommy Dorsey, big band music. That swing.
okay.
I can just I can work to it. I'm halfway dancing
Hey
when I'm out
Chad,
there.
what's your favorite kind of music? I'm curious. Let's see the comments as we talk about music. I mean, this is something I can get into.
I'm a deadhead.
Are you a deadhead?
I'm a deadhead all the way. All the way.
There
deadhead
you go, baby.
all the way.
Jerry Garcia. We know who you're talking about. Now, I've listened to just about every genre there is, except opera. I don't get into opera just because I'm not exposed to it, I guess. But I like a little bit of everything. A little bit of rock and roll.
My sister into a deadhead.
I always remember what Jerry Garcia said, though. And let me give you words of wisdom from him. The truth is what you find on your way to someplace else. And that's what we're doing right now with this Miller investigation, with what we're doing in the House. We're on our way we're on a trail, but the truth is going to come out in there. The truth is what we're going to find on that path, baby. That's,
John, I couldn't agree with you more, man. Like I think we're looking for Russian collusion, but on the way we're also finding a RICO case, pretty solid RICO case that'll be coming up in the Southern District of New York, and several other flagrant violations of the law that this criminal organization is.
I'll tell you what, man.
Stacking the charges on them, baby.
Southern District can take every nickel that Donald Trump has.
Yeah.
There we go.
God, I hope they do.
I think the Southern District is going to play a large part in the conviction of Trump.
It's going to be a 1-2 punch.
And that's how come the Southern District's got a lot of because Mueller handed that shit off to him. Oh, look at here what I found. Y'all better take a look at this, right? Oh, look at this shit here. I found this here, too. Oh, y'all better look into that. I'm looking for Russians, but I found this, so y'all go. That's the way it is. And that's what's going to bury his ass. And that's what's going to force the Republicans to turn on him in the Senate. That's what we have to do. Until we get to that point, it's all fluff, baby. It's all
do you think it'll turn him, though, John? Like, that's a legitimate question.
It has to. At a certain point, every one of these damn people up there in our house, whether they be in the House or in the Senate, they are there upholding the Constitution, supposedly. So when the violations come and the law is laid down, and I have to trust that at some point, it's either that or it's a totally fascist thing, and you're not going to get his ass out when he loses. That kind of shit, and I don't think that'll happen.
Why are we even having that conversation?
I don't mean to like bring that into the.
No, it won't. They'll frog march his ass out of there.
Something that we should discuss.
because if he's around for the 2020 election, before the election, you can bet your ass he's going to be out there spouting that it's a rigged, it's a conspiracy from the deep state, the secret society, blah blah blah. He's going to come out and start pumping that shit again. But I believe in my Constitution. I believe in my country. If he loses the election and another president is sworn in, they'll frog march his ass out if they have to. Anything less in our democracy goes.
I hope so. God damn, what I would give to see them drag that.
Oh, I would too. A rail and tar and feathers, baby. That's what he's. That's what he's worthy of.
Have you heard his latest his tweet that he put out today about New York?
Yes,
Travis Sparky.
Wait,
New York State and its governor Andrew Cuomo are now proud members of the group presidential harassers. No wonder people are fleeing the state in record numbers. The witch hunt continues.
Screaming out of New York.
I hate that term so much.
Turnpikes just packed. People
presidential harassment. What the hell is that? Like,
it's a.
This country was built on dissent.
That's what he made up.
He's
a whining little bitch.
The state of New York is going after his
financial records. They're going after Deutsche Bank. Hey, want to see some records here, baby? Let's see how you got your money. and that pisses Donnie off.
America's
It's all
being harassed
harassment.
by a president. We're not. It's not president harassment. We're being harassed by a president.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's the other way around. We're being harassed by a moron up there is what we're being.
Presidential harassment is what they did to Obama all those years
That's
ago.
right, baby. You want to see harassment, that was it. Mitch McConnell, the biggest rat that we have in the Senate is Mitch McConnell. He is the one that I really despise. Right, right there, number 2 under Donnie. Is that
well,
asshole.
he gives Mitch's a bad name, I must say.
Yes, yeah, I'm sorry that, hey, there's lots of Johns out there. You just got to roll with the punch, baby, and make sure yours pops up good.
Really quick, just to respond to the chat, some of y'all's musical taste is badass tonight. We definitely have a lot of deadheads.
Van Halen, I just think.
Yeah, I saw Van Halen. Saw someone say Neil Young. That's a good guy. Boston.
Neil Young.
The Who. Bowie. There we go.
There you go. Greg Talbert. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Glad you're here.
This guy named D. Valadez. There is no greater song intro in music than Rolling Stones' Gimme Shelter. I can't argue with that. That's a good song, whoever that guy is.
Our music.
Ask the chat about Pearl Jam.
Ooh, yeah, do we got any Pearl Jam fans out here tonight?
What's that one I like?
Donna War Pigs. I'm assuming that's Black Sabbath.
Pink Floyd.
There we go. Yeah, we had a few Pink Floyds in here.
The band.
I was a big Uriah Heep fan.
There we go.
I'm still a huge King Crimson fan, and there's not too many of us, but we're pretty solid. That's a solid band.
I'm gonna have to look into them because I haven't heard of them before, actually. King Crimson.
Oh, no.
But see, the thing is I'm a musician, and I love all sorts of music. I like to learn from music, so anything that I don't know,
Travis can really shred a guitar.
No, I don't know about shred.
Well, he plays an excellent guitar. Has excellent finger working. I'm proud of him because he's self-taught. Keyboard, drums. Yeah, the drum period was really fun.
That's why I love these conversations. Is I like looking
learn how
up.
to play drums. Sure, son. Here's a set. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Holy shit.
That was the other son, and then I picked it up.
Parent, I'm telling you, man, it's rough sometimes.
ZZ Top.
There you go, baby. ZZ Top.
Rush.
I can crank up some ZZ, and I can go to work during that shit. I just love that crap.
Yeah.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer. There you go. Garth Brooks. I like him too. I love Garth Brooks. There ain't hardly a song that man sang I didn't like. Just from the sound of my voice, y'all. But my first album I ever bought, actually, was Isaac Hayes' I Stand Accused. And I remember the cover, Isaac Hayes was standing there in a zebra hat and a zebra outfit or something like that.
Isaac Hayes, modern-day South Park, the chef.
Love Soul.
Y'all think about Love Green.
And then my next album I bought was Charlie Pride, the best of Charlie Pride. And I could sing every song on that album.
Now you're talking real country music.
Burgers and fries and cherry pies. Boy, that's good stuff.
That's it. On the crystal chandelier.
I can listen to that all night.
Oh, I do. I like old Charlie Pride.
If I don't include the first albums I ever bought, the first album that I ever loved was Songs You Know by Heart by Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett. We played that a lot when he was a kid.
It stuck with me this entire time.
We know you're just a kid. That's okay.
Yeah. No, Buffett's from Cincinnati, guys.
I don't discriminate against any music, though. No, seriously. Some of the albums that I've bought in recent time are first albums.
Dan Morceau, definitely.
Alternative metal for sure, but they're also political bands, or part political, I should say. Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
man.
there's Rage Against the Machine.
And what's that? Last album you bought?
Hey Dan, I know Glenn Fry, buddy. Smuggler's
physical
Blues,
CD,
baby.
Or did you buy it from a down?
No. First, the last time I bought music, I actually bought an album because I went to the show of one of my favorite artists of all time. No one will know him. His name is Buckethead, and he's a solo guitarist who is absolutely incredible. Oh God, I've seen him twice.
Oh, Travis, just
huge inspiration of mine artistically.
I know Joe Walsh.
Buckethead is amazing.
Yes.
He actually toured with Primus
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
That was some show.
Les Claypool is one of the best bassists of all time.
He has a new album. Did you hear his new album?
Wait, what was that?
Claypool and Sean Lennon have just put out their second album. It is fabulous.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I did not know that.
Claypool Lennon Delirium, it's called. Their first album was fantastic. It just came out last week with the second album.
Dang, I'm gonna have to look into that then because I did not know.
I think you ought.
Yeah.
John, do you have any idea what these guys are talking about?
Not an idea, not a clue, buddy.
I don't have a fucking clue.
But yeah,
I can throw out if anybody that Dennis Valadez knows that he doesn't know who it is. It's Al Dean.
Send us a postcard if you know what's going on here at Post Office Box.
I like that. I sing that every time, just about before.
Us old fogies need to know.
I see one comment here who know who Buckethead is, and I love it. That's awesome.
There you go. There you go. Somebody else out there likes Buckethead.
Yeah, but no. To answer your question, Joe, yeah, no. I still buy CDs. I would actually like to get into vinyl. Only because I've heard from people that you get a warmer sound out of a vinyl than you do a CD.
They have something besides vinyl, John?
Yeah,
8-track.
8 tracks, baby.
That's all like
cassette.
That's where I started.
It's like
out,
wire recordings. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah, we have a few of those.
Nah, it's nothing.
Just so everybody knows, I'm 27. I'm not a
cylinders. What are we talking about here, guys? Like,
I've been down so many times. It looks up.
I don't know about my singing.
Don't start that, John. You'll make Amy go crazy over here. You start.
That's right. Charlie Pride got to kiss an angel good morning every day, baby. That's right.
When are we going to release the John Britivo
Oh,
single?
yeah, that ain't coming. That ain't coming.
I think we could, though. We can cover a few songs and just do it maybe for like a Christmas special or something.
Hey, you know what, John? Buzz Aldrin did this thing called Rocket Experience a few years ago, and you know how he is. You know, Jesus Christ, if he can do it, surely to goodness you can.
Yeah, bedtime.
Hey, Sparky,
bedtime
what was
stories.
that? What was that song, Sparky, that Bob Kincaid played on his show the other day when we was talking about how men stand up, you know, and they're the man of the house, as long as they have their wife's permission to say so.
You got that right.
Oh, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I'm the boss around here when you're not around.
That's the one right there. I'm the boss around here when my wife ain't.
Any football fans in
That's
this
called
group?
the man song,
you
John.
shitting me?
Bob and Tom did.
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's called the man song. That's good stuff.
I'm waiting on football.
Now, what's that other one that you used to listen to all the time? It's hard to kiss the lips at night that chew your ass out all day long.
Yep. It's hard to kiss the lips.
Well,
at night.
here's
Chew
a
your ass
news
out all
flash
day
for you,
long.
football news flash.
What?
Oh, the Giants are trading Odell Beckham to the Cleveland Browns.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't give a shit. Unless it's Dallas or Houston. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Cleveland still has a team?
But somebody's getting Thomas Davis. Who's
I
that?
don't give a shit about your ball
Who's that?
players. I just care about mine.
Sports ball.
Yeah. The Chargers are getting Thomas Davis. That's pretty good stuff.
That's just good. He's good.
Yeah,
Cow silk.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it brings the Thomas.
The man song. I think that was the name of it.
I'll tell you what, fellas. If you're going to talk about sports, you need to get Carrie Weheimer in here.
Carrie's in here.
Carrie's in here. Carrie, are
Carrie's
you
on
there?
the Skype. Yeah.
Because
Carrie does a sports show out in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Bring his ass in. What? I don't know how to bring him in, but somebody have to do it. But Carrie's here.
He's in here. He's in the chat.
Carrie, are you there, buddy?
You just need to unmute and come in.
To Carrie, come in. Come in, Carrie.
Carrie. Ground control to me.
David Bowie.
You mate you Tom. Okay.
Okay. That's the way.
All right, that's a pretty
that's the way,
Tom.
mate.
Okay. We could do that.
Hal, open the pod doors.
Don't
I don't think so, Hal.
I can't do that, Dave.
I don't think so, Dave. Kiss off.
I can't do that, Dave.
There's Carrie.
Sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Well, there he was.
Janis Joplin, baby. There's one. Gene Shanklin.
Oh, she's awesome.
Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4, trying to reach me. Highway for delivery each day until 3. Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a color TV?
Take another piece of my heart. I love that song.
I got a list of shit I want the Lord to buy me. And you ain't coming through, baby.
Somebody needs to buy Brito a drink. I believe.
That's what I need.
Little bit of trivia history that somebody might be interested in. The Janis Joplin Greatest Hits CD, where she's sitting motorcycle. That picture was taken in Eden Park in Cincinnati, Ohio.
There you go, baby. Claim to fame right there. Santana.
Santana's awesome too.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I've been in Eden Park 100 times and I didn't know that.
There you go.
Wow.
See, not only a place where you can discuss politics, but where you can find out.
You know, we've been
information that you may not know.
I didn't realize that till 8 o'clock.
I'm
good with
it.
Hey, Joe, I might be moving out toward the Cincinnati area pretty soon.
Okay.
So we might. It won't be all Republicans. And I also hear my friend from Bellbrook said they're in Dayton. They're going to have a KKK rally going on. Or they file for a permit.
Oh yeah.
You know anything about that?
Dayton.
Your audio is kind of breaking up a little bit on my end.
You're overdriving just a little bit. Back away from your mic just a tad.
Oh, I'm over a foot away from my mic.
Oh.
Dayton, I think she said it was a KKK rally. They're trying to get a permit
for the march.
Yeah, for a march.
I mean,
you heard anything about that?
I haven't heard anything about it, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, like in Cincinnati, we've had. I mean, when I was much more politically active in the streets in the 90s, and there were definitely KKK rallies that happened
down on Fountain Square.
Yeah, on Fountain Square, and you know, I mean, I think there's a place for freedom of speech. I think that at some point we got to start cracking down on
inciting hatred.
Yeah, these groups that are they're inciting hatred. It's
okay, guys, if I might interrupt a minute. Speaking of cracking down, my bladder is cracking down on me. This takes almost 2 hours.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to bail on you. I'm sorry.
That's all right, buddy. It's about time. We're going to have to wrap it up anyway. About 2 hours is what we want to go.
Cool close if I don't.
That's all right. That's all right. Andy, we appreciate you coming, and we appreciate your voice more than anything else, buddy. Keep that shit going. Keep the message going. And, you know, we're going to win. Tell everybody where they can find you again before you run out. I know
I'll
you got
do it, John. Thank you very
much.
They can find me at the Filthy Mouth Liberal on Facebook, on Twitter. It's at Filthy Mouth Lib. Or you can just drop an old-fashioned postcard in the mail to the Filthy Mouth Liberal, Post Office Box 645, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. John, thank you so much as always. It's always a pleasure to be with you, and if you'll ever have us back, we'll be more than happy to come back and. I wish everybody the best. Thank you so much, guys.
You bet. You're welcome here anytime. All right, buddy. Take it easy. We'll see you next time, Andy. You're welcome here anytime, bub.
I'm going to go take a leak now. See
you later. Go take care of that business. We don't want any accidents there.
No. No, this show's not worth any accidents here.
No. If you got to go, you got to go. But I guess we ought to be thinking about wrapping it up anyway. I always tell Mama I'll be back out by 10 to come sit with her before we go to bed. So
yeah, we've almost did 2 hours. It's an hour 53 minutes in. We got this timer thing over here now.
Thank everybody for Strawberry Lone Croc. I remember them, Jen. I'm still looking at the music, baby. The music is what drives my soul. If I'm going to do whatever I'm doing, if I'm driving, if I'm working or whatever, I got to have music going. And if I'm in my truck by myself, baby, that music is loud and I'm singing right along with it.
I think the chat really liked that conversation, so maybe every week or every other week or something we can dedicate.
How can you go wrong with music, baby?
You can't.
You can't. You know, and if you haven't broadened your horizon and listened to different genres and how do they say that? Genre.
Yeah.
Listen to different types of music there. So, well, you'll just get all sorts of what they call that shit.
I don't know, but wait, before you go any further,
what
are you saying that if I were to give you a track of music to listen to, you would listen to it?
Well, sure.
Let's do it.
Do it, Travis. Do it. Do it. Make him do it. Make him do it.
I didn't say when.
You didn't say when.
Put it right there. I'll listen to it. Go ahead.
I wouldn't show you shit, though.
No, we listen to music quite
Give
often.
him opera. Give him some opera.
I would do symphonic
as my
metal
free
before I gave him
subscription
opera.
to Sirius
I'd ease him
XM
into
holds
it.
out. I'm listening to 60s on 6 on Sirius XM, or I'm listening to CNN or MSNBC on there. Most of the time, that's what's tuned out. But I think my free subscription to Sirius XM is fixing to run out, so I'll be back on the FM dial again, I guess.
Yeah. No, to answer.
Cousin Brucey.
Yeah, Cousin Brucey. Yes, I listen to Cousin Brucey.
That fucker still alive?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
God damn.
Ain't that some shit? 60s on 6, baby. You can find him on there.
Wednesdays.
Ain't that some shit? But yeah, I think the music is a chord that strikes a note with everybody, no matter what you listen to. You know, it moves the soul, baby.
Ooh, BB King. Sorry, I keep paying attention to the chat too. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Good taste in the chat.
King of the Blues.
Yes.
Don't fear the Reaper, baby. We could go on all night with that shit. I want to thank everybody for coming by and being part of the family tonight, and just keeping the conversation going. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. Joe, Leo, Andy, Mitch, David. Who else am I missing in here?
We got Chris.
Chris B's in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we got Mitch.
Carrie.
We got Carrie. We got Dennis. We have Jen Morgan out in the chat.
Jen is always here with us. She helps moderate the chat, and we always want to say a big thank you to Jen Morgan.
Tyler should be here too.
And Tyler Britovo, who is in there watching the chat.
Quietly.
So as soon as we get one more computer, we're going to put him there. He's going to go right there. Got a spot for him right there.
Yes.
So we can bring him in here too, which would be better. But anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up and tell everybody good night. And again, we want to thank all. Oh, we don't. Do you have the Patreon thing?
I pushed the button this time.
There you go. Push the button, Dennis. There you go. Get our Patreon members up there that we really appreciate. $1 a month goes a long way in keeping this thing going and being able to bring others into the conversation. And you know, a nickel a show, baby. You can't get no better entertainment than that.
And for those wondering where you can find all this information, if you're watching from YouTube, look down in the description below. You'll find links to our Patreon, to join up for as little as $1 a month. That goes a very, very long way. And yeah, it helps us
and we
pay the internet
appreciate
bill.
those that did the super chats tonight. For all those people, we really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
One of these days, I guess I'll see that, won't it? They send me a check or some shit?
Yeah, it's YouTube. It's Google.
It's Google.
It's Google.
They owe me money.
Yeah, they're screwing everybody over. That's
everybody
a debate we can get into another day too.
Yeah,
actually, of how Google's screwing
they
people
changed
over.
their shit, and all of a sudden, I'm not making nothing.
Yeah. Anyway,
well, not like I was making that much, but I was proud of what I was getting.
You got more than me. When I did YouTube, I never got that high. I was stuck at $50, but they wouldn't give it to me until I broke 100. So Google is holding on to my $50 for the day comes.
That you'll someday break 100, and there you go.
And I'll never do it because I quit doing it. So they got free money.
Persistence, Travis. Persistence.
So that, Polly, we love you too, baby. And we love all our Blue Dot family out there. That's the big message that goes out. This family stretches all around the world. And I am so proud of that little fact, is that we have found Blue Dots in so many places around this world who not only care about what's going on in America, but all around the world. And we can save this, baby. We are the ones that will pull this out of the depths of hell that Donnie is trying to drag us into. So, anybody else want to say goodnight before we sign out? Travis?
Good night, John.
Good night.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. Good night, America, wherever you are. And
see you tomorrow.
All right, Bob. Yes, we'll be right back on here tomorrow, ranting, and tune again on Thursday at 8 o'clock Central. We'll be live right here again for more conversation and camaraderie, baby. Fellowship, baby. That's what we're doing out here. And don't forget, let that little blue light shine, baby. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all later. Bye now.